Well, good morning to you, everyone. It is 9 o'clock on your Sunday morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Fultz alongside Chelsea Stevens. Hope you guys are having a great start to your Sunday morning. The good news is, despite the cold, the good news is that it is warming up later this week for the kickoff of spring.
Yeah, that is right. Today will be a few degrees warmer than yesterday. We did not get out of the 20s.
Well, a man who claims Greensburg police badly beat him says he's suing the city and police department. And we want to warn you, these images you're about to see may be graphic. Darryl Rhymes suffered severe injuries following a traffic stop this month. Police say it came from a fall after they tased him. The department says Rhymes took off on foot after a car chase, but Rhymes and his attorneys say he was just a passenger in the car and was compliant. They accuse Greensburg police of using excessive force.
Even small amount of marijuana or something, a passenger in a vehicle who's not the driver, there's no way that their face should look like that at the end.
Now, in a statement, the Greensburg city attorney says, quote, the press release issued last week accurately reflects the events that occurred, and the city stands behind its police officers and their actions. The driver of the car is still in jail in Decatur County. A felony charge of identity deception was also added to Rhymes' case this week. Well, a new report shows affordable housing is now scarce in all 92 counties here in Indiana. Skyrocketing prices are now making homes difficult to get for Hoosiers. According to that report, low-income Hoosiers are forced to compete for available affordable housing units due to the shortage. Many of those households are spending more than half of their income on rent. This could put their housing stability in danger and leave them with little money left for basic necessities. Leaders with Prosperity Indiana now say affordable housing is life-saving, especially during the cold days we've been seeing.
Housing is healthcare. And so if people don't have a safe, stable, and affordable roof over their head, it's hard for them to keep them and their family healthy. And when you have, cold snaps like we're having right now, that really puts into high relief what it means to have that housing stability.
Now, Indiana is one of 6 states nationwide without certain enforcement rules for rental properties. State lawmakers introduced a bill this session that would have changed that. It was assigned to a study committee. And this morning, the Slippery Noodle downtown is now a 21 and over bar. The new owners of the bar said they recently learned that the previous owners did not have approval to operate as an all-ages establishment. So now they're looking at options to correct that, and will update guests when they can return as a family venue. This morning, former President Donald Trump is calling for protest after saying he expects to be arrested on Tuesday. Trump made the comments on his Truth Social platform. They come as New York law enforcement prepares for a possible indictment. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been investigating Trump for years for his alleged role in a hush money scheme and cover-up. He's accused of paying $130,000 to adult film star Stormy Daniels days before the 2016 presidential election. Now, if the former president is indicted, it would mark a historic first.
That means you've got a prisoner who's arriving in a motorcade with a security cordon, escorted by armed Secret Service agents. You'd have to go through that process of getting his fingerprints, shooting his mug shots.
Now, former President Trump has denied any wrongdoing and is not saying why he expects to be indicted. Prosecutors in Fulton County, Georgia, are also looking into the effort by Trump and his allies to overturn the state's 2020 presidential election results. Now, while President Trump is calling for action, his former Vice President Mike Pence is asking people to stay civil. Pence reacted to Trump's comments while speaking yesterday at a foreign policy discussion in Iowa. He says he is uneasy with the possibility of arresting a former president.
The idea of indicting a former president of the United States is deeply troubling to me, as it is to tens of millions of Americans, and particularly happening in what appears to be a politically charged environment in New York, where the Attorney General and other elected officials literally campaigned on a pledge to prosecute the former president.
Now, Pence went on to say Americans have the right to protest, but that supporters of Trump should remain calm. Well, despite the snow, more than 300 runners braved the cold yesterday for the 30th annual Shamrock 5K Run and Walk. This is one of the longest running races here in Indianapolis and takes runners through historic neighborhoods throughout the city. It's sponsored by the Indianapolis Athletic Club Foundation, and proceeds from that race will now benefit underfunded athletic programs for kids in the city. And it is 44 minutes past the hour, and the Indiana Hoosiers women's basketball team kicked off their run in March Madness yesterday. They easily handled Tennessee Tech to advance to round 2. The Hoosiers won 77-47. Sydney Parrish led the team with 19 points and 8 rebounds. IU was down early, though, in the second quarter by 2 points before taking control for the rest of the game. The Hoosiers now play the University of Miami this Monday at Assembly Hall in Bloomington. So it should be a great matchup to watch. IU men's basketball team also taking on the University of Miami tonight. I think tip-off is around 8:40. So should be a great night to watch. You know, spring is not here yet, so if you're doing it, make sure you're by the heat for sure.
Yeah, that is right. Hot coffee this morning to warm you up.
We're continuing to follow breaking news this morning. 3 separate shootings involving teens within the last 15 hours. Now a teenager is dead after the latest shooting on the city's west side. Police say they were called to an apartment complex near 10th Street and North Girls School Road just before 8 this morning. That's not too far from Ben Davis High School. Here's a live look at the scene right now. We spoke with police within the last 30 minutes who tell us they found the male teen in critical condition, but he later died. Police say there is no suspect information at this hour. However, they are investigating this as a homicide. Anyone who may have seen something is asked to give Crime Stoppers a call at 317-262-TIPS. And we're also following 2 other overnight shootings involving teens. The first on Indy's far south side. Police found a person shot at a home on Dudley Avenue near Banter Road and US 31 just before midnight. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police say they do have a suspect in custody this morning, and aggravated assault detectives are now investigating this as a reckless shooting. And 2 teens are in stable condition this morning after a shooting sent both to the hospital last night. Police say they found them at Willard Park just off Washington Street on the near east side, but investigators have not found the original crime scene. They say the 2 victims gave 2 different locations for the shooting. Right now, police are collecting evidence from the car the teens were found in at Willard Park. Now, we're continuing to reach out to police for updates in each of these shootings. We'll be updating you all day, both on air and online, as well as our 13 News app. And of course, we'll have the latest information on each shooting tonight on 13 News at 6 o'clock. Well, the time now is 9:55, and as you get your Sunday started, here are some of the biggest events happening around central Indiana today. Today is the final day of the Flower and Patio Show at the State Fairgrounds. Doors open in just a few minutes at 10 o'clock, and the show ends at 5 tonight. Tickets are $15 at the door. It's also the final day of Brick World, also happening at the State Fairgrounds. It's perfect for Lego fans, both young and old. Tickets are $14 and $16 at the door. Doors open as well in just a few minutes at 10 o'clock. And if you feel like listening to some music tonight, Toby Mac is in concert at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse. He's a popular contemporary Christian singer. We just checked, and there are still tickets available for as low as $15. It all starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And IU is advancing to the second round of March Madness tonight after their win over Kent State on Friday. They'll be taking on Miami. That tip-off starts at 8:40 tonight. And don't forget, you can watch the March Madness games today at the Bottle Works B-Ball Bash. It's the final day of the event. You can enjoy the games on the giant screens while eating food, drinking, and taking part in plenty of the activities. It's free and open to the public. Festivities get underway again today at noon. And if you're planning on heading out, you definitely want to bundle up because the temperatures are still cold.
Yeah, they are cold, and we're still seeing single-digit wind chills this morning. But our highs will be warming up above freezing, a high of 37. We will have that sunshine, more sunshine for the next couple of days. A high of 49 tomorrow, 56 on Tuesday. Then an active weather pattern is going to settle in for the second half of the week. Late Tuesday into Wednesday, some rain showers. It's going to turn windy by Thursday with a high of 65. And then it's going to turn a little bit cooler as we roll into next week. A few thunderstorms will be possible at the end of the week as well. So we're going to keep a close eye on those storm systems over the next couple of days.
Sounds good, Chelsea. We're looking forward to the warm up. Well, thanks for waking up with us here on 13 Sunrise, everyone. 13 News will be back at 6 o'clock. Have a great day and stay warm.